Boomer, how much are you watching the current game? And if so, thoughts on like the Padres 0? Oh, well, then I don't have much for you. How about, do you even know? Like, I mean, the Yankees aren't going to make the playoffs this year, which should be like taboo for your world.
No, I've been to two games. I was in San Diego for a bit. Went to a Padres game with my buddy Chuck, and actually I've been to one Yankee game, and that's about it. I'll catch bits and pieces here and there, if I'm watching. If I'm not doing something, or if I'm at home, I'll flip through and I'll catch some stuff. But it's just so hard for me to watch. Going to that game in San Diego, and I think the pitcher got nailed like 3 times with the clock, and it's just frustrating. You see the frustration on him, but I'm just such an old school guy. I don't like the way the game. I think Rob Manfred hates the game of baseball because it keeps changing all the rules for the worst.
What needed to be changed when you were playing? What was when you were playing? What did you guys talk about? Like, man, we need this to be changed.
Umpires call, because when I came up and when I came in the league, my first outing was against the Yankees. My first batter was Ricky Henderson, and I threw a ball right down the middle, and it was ball one. I'm like, wow. And then when I pitched against Wade Boggs, it was the same thing. I kid you not, their strike zone was 3 inches by 3 inches, and that was it. So basically, you had to throw it, and they had to hit it, and that was a frustrating thing for me when I came up and through my tenure, was just the strike zone, because it always changed a lot. And I threw strikes. Everybody knew me who hit against me. They knew that they had to come ready because I'm throwing strikes. I'm gonna get you out as fast as I can. I wasn't like Mike Mussina trying to strike everybody out, and he was obsessed with striking guys out, and he was one hell of a pitcher. But to me, I just wanted to get out of there. But with the changes, it really wasn't a whole lot. We talked about how we're going to get better. We tried to change the culture of the team all the time. Sitting after the game, with a bucket of beers and trying to figure it out. That's what we did. And now today, I mean, the script is written for them. There's, the analytics have taken over, and these guys aren't swinging at certain pitches. And then that's, and now the strike zones, they're up and down. So you just see a lot of changes in it now that, really wasn't there unless you were in the National League, where the strike zone was, for pitchers, was huge. They were like John Hirschbeck. He had a wide zone. That was the whole National League, being an American League guy.
How would you have done, or how would you do if you just got plopped your career, boom, right into today's baseball?
Well, I think today's game, because everything is scripted for you, I made my money pitching in. So that's to me is I didn't want these guys to get extended. And the guys that can hit for power, you just tried to stay in on them. The guys that didn't have the power, up and away. Like Wade Boggs and Don Mattingly, they weren't really threats for me unless I pitched middle in or the middle. But if it was up and away, back then they didn't go deep like that. And then all of a sudden the steroid era came, and everyone's going 50 rows deep, oppo. But to me, I think I would fare pretty well. Because I pitched my game. I never, very seldom did I look at the reports. If I didn't know anybody, if I knew a guy came up, I would sit with the catcher, and or with the pitching coach and just go over something like that. But I would go to the meetings, but it kind of went in one ear and out the other, because I pitched to my strengths, because I threw strikes. I threw 5 pitches for strikes. So, you couldn't really sit on anything. So to me, I think I'd be okay in this day.